A guilty verdict tonight in the case of 3 white men accused of assaulting a black man in Courtenay last summer. The fight caused widespread outrage and made headlines around the world because part of it was caught on video, then went viral on YouTube. Dean Stoltz now with more on tonight's developments.
The video is as disturbing today as it was when it surfaced early last July. Footage of 3 white men fighting a black man, Jay Phillips, in the parking lot of a Courtenay apartment building. The N-word is heard numerous times. The 3 men were charged with assault, and a community rallied against racism. Today, after a 4-day trial that wrapped up in June, a judge finds them guilty. 19-year-old David White and 25-year-old Robert Rogers, seen here arriving at court today, along with 24-year-old Adam Huber, he was still in custody on separate charges. The judge, Peter Doherty, ruling that while the fight was consensual, Phillips was injured when he was kicked by Rogers, and since all 3 were party to the offense, all 3 are guilty of common assault.
It was really clear from the video that at the point where Rogers is laying the kicks, and also at the point where White was doing the kicking initially when it first got started, that it was a all for one enterprise, and so they're clearly parties at that point.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. But I still think that it was racially motivated, and there's enough evidence to prove that.
The issue of race will likely come up again during sentencing arguments, but the judge added to his remarks by saying, in his opinion, race, on the surface at least, played no part in this incident. What happened on video is well documented and seen by millions of people on YouTube. It's hard to argue against, but it's what happened before the tape started rolling that Judge Peter Doherty seemed particularly interested in. Jay Phillips had testified that when the 3 accused exited the vehicle, one of them said, "This is a white town, we're going to lynch you." Judge Doherty pointed out in his ruling that an independent witness walking by at the time testified that he'd heard none of that. Jay Phillips himself was not in court for the verdict. In fact, he only attended the trial when he had to testify. But his mother and grandmother were here. What sort of sentence would you like to see?
Oh, that's a hard one.
You want to see jail time?
I sure do. I sure do. Yeah. People should be allowed to walk around in their own hometown, in their own parking lot where they live, and not be assaulted.
Sentencing for David White, Robert Rogers, and Adam Huber will likely take place in September.